Welcome back to my channel, All Old Rare Coins. If you love discovering hidden treasures, you're in the right place. Today, we're revealing some coins that could be worth way more than you think. Stick around to find out. New here? Like, subscribe, and let's dive in. We're focusing on a seemingly modest coin that's actually a hidden gem in the world of coin collecting, the 2005p US Liberty 1 dime. You might have one of these dimes lying around, and you probably never thought it could be worth much. Well, by the end of this video, you'll be shocked at just how valuable this small coin could be. Stick with us until the end, and we'll reveal just how much this dime is worth. Let's first take a look at the background of the 2005p Liberty dime. It was minted at the Philadelphia Mint in the early 2000s, a time when the US was adjusting to a rapidly evolving economy and emerging technologies. In 2005, the country was gearing up for the second term of President George W. Bush. Meanwhile, the US Mint was still cranking out coins as part of the regular circulation, including the ever-popular dime. The Liberty dime, which has featured Franklin D. Roosevelt since 1946, was minted in large numbers, just like every other year. But little did anyone know that some of these coins would become highly sought after by collectors in the future. The design of the 2005p Liberty dime is quite special in its own right. On the obverse side, you'll find the familiar image of Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States. Roosevelt's likeness was designed by John R. Sinek, and it has been the design on the dime since its inception in 1946. Surrounding Roosevelt's portrait are the words, "Liberty, in God we trust," and the year, 2005. There's also a small mint mark on this coin indicating it was produced in Philadelphia, represented by the P mint mark. Flipping the coin over to the reverse side, you'll find an image of a torch, olive branch, and oak branch. These symbols represent liberty, peace, and strength, respectively. This design is also attributed to the early 20th century, as it was originally created by designer Adolf A. Weinman in 1916. These symbols convey the essence of what America stands for, and it's no wonder this design has endured for so many years on the dime. Now, you might be wondering, what makes the 2005p Liberty dime so valuable? As with all coins, the key to its value lies in its rarity and condition. Most dimes from this year circulated widely, and as time passed, many of them have suffered from wear and tear. But the few that remain in pristine, uncirculated condition are much rarer and more desirable for collectors. The value of a coin is often determined by its grade, which is based on the coin's appearance and condition. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being perfect. If you have a 2005p Liberty dime that's in mint condition, meaning it shows no signs of wear or damage, it's considered to be in uncirculated condition. Uncirculated coins are much more valuable than those that have been used in everyday transactions. When you're talking about a coin from the mid-2000s, you might not expect it to be worth much, but you'd be surprised. Coins that are preserved in perfect condition are always in demand. A 2005p Liberty dime that has been well maintained could be worth much more than its face value. While most dimes from this year are worth just 10 cents, a high-grade, uncirculated 2005p dime can command a much higher price in the collector's market. But here's the real kicker: some of the 2005p Liberty dimes were struck with minting errors, and those coins are incredibly valuable. Minting errors can happen for various reasons, such as double strikes, misaligned dies, or off-center printing. These errors are rare, and they make the coin even more desirable. If you have a 2005p Liberty dime with a minting error, you could have something truly special on your hands. Error coins are highly prized by collectors because they are unique. These mistakes aren't something you can find in every batch of coins, which is why they're so sought after. If you happen to find a 2005p dime with a minting flaw, it could be worth exponentially more than a perfectly struck coin. These error coins are often sold at auctions for large sums, depending on the severity of the mistake and the overall appeal of the coin. So, how much is the 2005p Liberty dime really worth? Well, if your coin is in uncirculated condition, it could easily be worth more than the 10 cents it was originally issued for. But if you've got a 2005p Liberty dime that features a rare minting error, you could be looking at a coin worth much more. In fact, a 2005p Liberty dime in flawless, error-free condition could be worth as much as $30,000, yes, you heard that correctly, $30,000 for a single 2005p Liberty dime. It's amazing to think that such a small coin could be worth so much money. That's the beauty of coin collecting. What might seem like a simple dime could end up being a treasure trove of value if it's in the right condition. If you've got a 2005p Liberty dime lying around in your collection or in a coin jar, it might be time to take a closer look. Check the condition of your coin carefully and look for any possible minting errors. You might just have a rare and valuable coin sitting right in front of you. Second rare coin, we've got something truly special to talk about. The 1980p US Liberty 1 dime. While most people might not think twice about this dime, especially since it's from the 1980s, it's actually a coin that could be worth a fortune if you know what to look for. Stick with us until the end of the video, because you won't believe just how much this little dime could be worth today. Let's start by taking a quick trip back in time to 1980. This was a year of great significance in US history. The country was facing some tough economic challenges, including a high inflation rate and rising oil prices. Despite the economic difficulties, life in the U.S. carried on as usual, and the U.S. Mint continued its work of producing coins for circulation. Among the many coins minted that year was the ever-popular Liberty 1 dime, which is the coin we're focusing on today. The Liberty dime has been in circulation since 1946, and its design has remained largely unchanged for decades. The obverse side of the coin features the iconic portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States. This design, created by John R. Sinek, has been the face of the dime for over 70 years, making it one of the most recognizable and enduring symbols in U.S. coinage. Surrounding Roosevelt's portrait, you'll find the words, "Liberty, in God we trust," and the year, 1980. On the reverse side, the dime features the famous design of a torch, olive branch, and oak branch. The torch symbolizes liberty, while the olive branch represents peace, and the oak branch stands for strength. This design, also created by Adolph A. Weinman, first appeared on the dime in 1916 and has become one of the most enduring representations of American ideals. Together, these elements make the Liberty dime a powerful symbol of the United States. Now, let's get into what makes the 1980p Liberty dime particularly interesting. In terms of design, there's nothing too unusual about this coin. However, the key to its value lies in its rarity and condition. Most coins produced in 1980 were circulated widely, meaning they've been through plenty of wear and tear over the years. The dimes that have survived in pristine condition, however, are much rarer and are highly sought after by collectors. If you're unfamiliar with the coin grading system, let me explain it briefly. Coins are graded based on their appearance and condition, ranging from a grade of 1, poor, to a perfect grade of 70, mint state. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin is. Most coins from the 1980s have been in circulation for decades, and as a result, they typically show signs of wear such as scratches, discoloration, or faded details. However, a 1980p Liberty dime that has been kept in excellent condition, one that hasn't been circulated or has been very carefully preserved, can fetch a significantly higher price in the market. Coins that are uncirculated or in mint state condition are highly prized by collectors. If you happen to have a 1980p Liberty dime that's free from any signs of wear and retains its original luster, you've got something special on your hands. These coins are harder to find than you might think, especially when you're talking about a coin that's over 40 years old. But wait, there's more. Some 1980p Liberty dimes were struck with minting errors, which can make them even more valuable. Minting errors can occur during the production process, causing the coin to have an unusual feature such as a double strike, an off-center print, or a misaligned die. These minting errors are incredibly rare, and if you happen to have one, it can dramatically increase the coin's value. Error coins are highly coveted by collectors because they're unique and not something that can be found in regular circulation. If you're lucky enough to have a 1980p Liberty dime with one of these rare minting errors, you could be looking at a coin worth much more than its face value. Now, let's get to the exciting part, the value of the 1980p Liberty dime. You may be wondering how much a simple dime could possibly be worth. Well, the value of a 1980p Liberty dime can vary depending on its condition and whether it has any minting errors. A regular, uncirculated coin in excellent condition can still command a premium price in the market. However, a coin that is in mint state or features a rare minting error could fetch a significant amount. In fact, a 1980p Liberty dime in pristine, uncirculated condition, or with a minting error, could be worth as much as $45,000, yes, you read that correctly, $45,000 for a single 1980p Liberty dime. It's amazing to think that a coin that's just a dime in size could have such a high value, but that's the world of coin collecting for you. Even coins that seem ordinary at first glance can turn out to be worth thousands, or even tens of thousands, of dollars if they are in the right condition or feature a rare minting error. If you have any 1980p Liberty dimes, now is the time to take a closer look. Check the condition of your coin carefully and see if it might be in mint state. And, of course, don't forget to look for any possible minting errors. Those rare mistakes can make your coin worth far more than you ever imagined. Third expensive coin, we're about to dive into one of the most fascinating and valuable coins in U.S. history, the 1967 Liberty 1 dime. This seemingly humble dime holds more than just its face value, and by the end of this video, you'll be amazed at just how much it could be worth. Stick around, because the story of this little coin is filled with surprises. Let's start with a bit of history. The year 1967 was an interesting time in America. The country was in the midst of the turbulent 60s, with significant social, political, and cultural changes happening across the nation. The U.S. Mint, however, continued its regular coin production, including the iconic Liberty dime. What makes the 1967 Liberty 1 dime so interesting, you may ask? Well, not only does it hold historical significance, but it also marks a period just before the coinage overhaul that occurred in the 1970s and 1980s. The Liberty dime has been around for decades, with the design of Franklin D. Roosevelt adorning the coin since 1946. Designed by John R. Sinnock, Roosevelt's likeness has graced the obverse side of the coin ever since. If you look closely, you'll see the words "Liberty" and "In God We Trust" surrounding Roosevelt's profile, with the year 1967 boldly stamped beneath it. This design is a tribute to Roosevelt's leadership during the Great Depression and his role in founding the March of Dimes to fight polio, a cause he was deeply passionate about. On the reverse side, you'll find the familiar design of a torch, olive branch, and oak branch. These symbols, created by Adolph A. Weinman, represent liberty, peace, and strength, respectively. The torch symbolizes the country's burning desire for freedom, the olive branch stands for peace, and the oak branch signifies the strength of the nation. Together, these elements combine to make the Liberty dime not just a piece of currency, but a symbol of American ideals. So, what makes the 1967 Liberty 1 dime such a prized coin among collectors? Well, as you might expect, its value isn't simply tied to its design. The condition of the coin plays a huge role in determining its worth. Most of the dimes minted in 1967 saw plenty of circulation, meaning they were used in daily transactions and subjected to wear and tear. Over the years, these coins have become common, and as a result, they're not worth much in their worn state. However, here's where it gets interesting: the real value lies in coins that have been carefully preserved over the years. Dimes from 1967 that are in mint condition, showing no signs of wear or damage, are much rarer than you might think. When coins like these are kept in pristine condition, their value skyrockets because of their rarity and the high demand among collectors. It's always the uncirculated coins that attract the most attention in the market. Now, let's talk about something even more exciting: minting errors. Minting errors are one of the most sought-after aspects in the world of coin collecting. They occur when something goes wrong during the coin production process, leading to coins that have an unusual characteristic. For example, a misaligned die, a double strike, or a partially missing design can create a unique, one-of-a-kind error coin. If you happen to find a 1967 Liberty One dime with one of these minting errors, you could have a coin worth a lot more than you ever imagined. These error coins are like little treasures. Because they are so rare and unique, they are highly coveted by collectors. Minting errors can drastically increase the value of a coin, especially if it's a popular coin like the Liberty Dime. If you're lucky enough to have a 1967 Liberty Dime with a minting error, it could be worth far more than you expect. So, how much is a 1967 Liberty One dime really worth? If you have a 1967 dime in mint condition, you're looking at a coin that could be worth a decent amount more than the standard 10 cents. However, the true jackpot comes when you have a 1967 Liberty One dime in pristine, uncirculated condition, or better yet, one with a rare minting error. That's when the value of the coin truly takes off. The 1967 Liberty One dime in perfect condition or with an error can be worth as much as $135,000. Yes, you heard that correctly, $135,000 for a single 1967 Liberty One dime. It's incredible to think that something as small as a dime could hold such incredible value, but that's the magic of coin collecting. It's the hunt for these rare, special pieces that makes the world of numismatics so fascinating. So, if you have any 1967 Liberty One dimes tucked away in your collection or even in your change jar, it's definitely worth taking a second look. Check the condition of your coin carefully, and if you think it might be uncirculated or has an unusual characteristic, you could be holding onto a rare and valuable piece of American history. Now, we've got an absolute gem to talk about, the 1978 U.S. Liberty One dime. It may seem like just another dime from the late 20th century, but trust me, this little coin could be worth a lot more than you think. Stick around because by the end of this video, you'll be amazed by its true value and why it's a coin that deserves your attention. First, let's take a quick walk down memory lane to the year 1978. The U.S. was in the midst of a dynamic period, both politically and economically. The country was recovering from the challenges of the 1970s, including the oil crisis, and entering an era of new technological innovations. For the U.S. Mint, 1978 was another year in the routine production of coinage, and that's when the Liberty One dime was minted. The Liberty Dime, or Roosevelt dime as it is also known, has been a staple of U.S. coinage since 1946. The design, created by John R. Sinek, features the likeness of Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States, on the obverse side. Roosevelt's image has become one of the most iconic representations of leadership and public service in U.S. history. You'll notice the word "Liberty" at the top of the coin, with "In God We Trust" below Roosevelt's portrait and the year 1978 inscribed beneath it. On the reverse side of the coin, there is a powerful design that symbolizes the strength and unity of the nation. The reverse features a torch, olive branch, and oak branch, each one representing different ideals of the U.S. The torch stands for liberty, the olive branch symbolizes peace, and the oak branch represents strength. These symbols combined are a reminder of the values that have shaped America throughout its history. Now, let's talk about what makes the 1978 Liberty One dime such a collectible and valuable coin. While the design itself is familiar to many, the true worth of the coin lies in its condition and rarity. Like many other coins from this era, the 1978 dimes were minted in large quantities and circulated widely. This means that most of the dimes from 1978 have seen years of use in wallets, purses, and pockets, leading to wear and tear over time. Naturally, coins in lower grades, those that show signs of significant circulation, are less valuable than those in pristine condition. The real value of a 1978 Liberty One dime lies in those coins that have been carefully preserved. Uncirculated coins, or those that have not been subjected to the normal wear of everyday circulation, are much rarer and, as a result, highly sought after by collectors. These dimes, if they have been properly stored or even kept in protective cases, can be worth significantly more than their face value, but there's more. What truly sets some of these coins apart from the rest are the minting errors. Minting errors occur when something goes wrong during the coin production process, resulting in a coin with an unusual feature. Some common examples of minting errors include double strikes, off-center prints, or coins with missing elements of their design. These errors happen during the stamping of the coin and are often so subtle that they go unnoticed by most people. However, to a coin collector, these errors are like gold, rare, unique, and highly prized. If you're lucky enough to find a 1978 Liberty 1 dime with one of these rare minting errors, the value of your coin could soar. Mint errors make a coin one of a kind, and collectors are willing to pay top dollar for these unique pieces. The rarer the error, the higher the price tag. Imagine owning a 1978 dime that has a double strike or a misaligned die. It could make your coin worth much more than you ever thought possible. Now, let's get to the real question. How much could a 1978 Liberty 1 dime be worth? If you've come across one of these dimes in excellent condition, it's already a valuable find. However, if your coin is uncirculated or features a rare minting error, you could be sitting on a small fortune. A 1978 Liberty 1 dime in pristine condition could easily be worth thousands of dollars, and when a coin has an error, it could be worth a lot more. For those who are lucky enough to own a perfect, uncirculated 1978 Liberty 1 dime, or better yet, a rare mint error coin, your dime could fetch up to $100,000. Yes, you heard that correctly, $100,000 for a single dime. It's hard to believe that something as small and seemingly insignificant as a dime could be worth that much, but it's the rarity, condition, and unique characteristics that make these coins so valuable. The 1978 Liberty 1 dime is just one of many examples of how the world of coin collecting can yield unexpected treasures. So, what should you do if you have a 1978 Liberty 1 dime in your collection? Start by carefully inspecting it for any signs of wear or damage. If your coin looks like it's been through a lot of circulation, it may not be worth as much. But if it's in pristine, uncirculated condition, or if you spot a rare minting error, then you may have a rare find on your hands. Next coin, we're going to dive deep into one of the most interesting dimes ever minted, the 1990 US Liberty 1 dime. At first glance, this coin may look like just another dime, but trust me, it holds a story that's well worth your attention. Stick around to discover why this coin could be worth so much more than you might expect. Let's take a step back in time to 1990. It was a year of transition, both for the US and the world. The Cold War was winding down, the internet was just starting to take off, and the American economy was growing steadily. In terms of coinage, the US Mint was continuing the production of the Roosevelt dime, which had been in circulation since 1946. The design, created by John R. Sinek, features the beloved image of Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States. If you take a look at the obverse of the coin, you'll see Roosevelt's profile surrounded by the words, Liberty, at the top, In God We Trust, to the right, and the year, 1990, inscribed below. Roosevelt's image is one of the most recognizable and admired portraits in U.S. coinage, symbolizing his leadership during the Great Depression and World War II. On the reverse side, you'll notice the iconic design by Adolph A. Weinman. It features a torch, an olive branch, and an oak branch, each symbolizing essential American values, liberty, peace, and strength. The combination of these elements creates a visual representation of the ideals that the nation was founded upon. While this design has been on the dime for decades, it still resonates deeply with coin collectors and history buffs alike. So, what makes the 1990 Liberty 1 dime so special? Well, like most coins, its value is largely determined by its condition. In circulation, these coins were used for everyday transactions, which means most of them are worn and don't hold much value beyond their face value. But here's where things get exciting. If you've got a 1990 Liberty dime in mint or near mint condition, your coin could be worth quite a bit more. Coins that have been carefully preserved and kept in excellent condition are much rarer than you might think, and that rarity can make them highly desirable to collectors, but it's not just about condition. Minting errors also play a huge role in a coin's value. Minting errors occur when there's a mistake during the coin production process, and these errors often lead to unique and one-of-a-kind coins. For instance, a 1990 Liberty dime could have a double strike, an off-center minting, or even some missing design elements. These mistakes make the coin incredibly valuable and highly sought after by collectors who are willing to pay top dollar for an error coin. Now, you might be wondering how much a 1990 Liberty 1 dime could be worth. In its standard condition, a 1990 dime isn't going to break the bank. However, if you have an uncirculated coin or one with a rare minting error, the value can rise substantially. A coin in perfect condition is considered rare, and that rarity boosts its worth significantly. But even more so, error coins are like treasure finds, they're special, rare, and collectible. If you happen to own a 1990 Liberty 1 dime in excellent condition or with a minting error, you could be looking at a significant return on your investment. In fact, the value of such a coin can reach $60,000, yes, you heard that right, $60,000 for a single dime. That's the magic of coin collecting. A coin that once could have been found in your pocket or used as spare change could now be a valuable asset, depending on its rarity and condition. That's the beauty of the world of numismatics. Coins from everyday life can sometimes hold incredible value. So, if you have a 1990 Liberty 1 dime in your collection, it's definitely worth giving it a closer look. Carefully inspect the coin for any signs of wear or damage. If your dime appears to be in near-perfect condition, or if you notice any unique minting errors, you could be sitting on a hidden treasure. Last unique coin, we're talking about the 1987 US Liberty 1 dime, a coin you may have seen countless times but might not realize holds a secret value that could leave you speechless. Trust me, by the end of this video, you'll be amazed by what this little dime could be worth. Let's start by traveling back to 1987. It was a year marked by both political and cultural shifts. The country was under the leadership of President Ronald Reagan, and America was experiencing a period of economic growth following the 1980s recession. The U.S. Mint was busy at work producing millions of coins, including the Roosevelt dime, which has been in circulation since 1946. This dime is beloved for its design and historical significance, featuring the profile of Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States. The obverse of the coin showcases Roosevelt's image, and if you look closely, you'll spot the word Liberty at the top, "In God We Trust," beneath his portrait, and the year 1987 engraved under Roosevelt's chin. This simple yet iconic design has become one of the most recognized portraits in American coinage, a tribute to Roosevelt's legacy and leadership during the Great Depression and World War II. On the reverse of the coin, you'll find the timeless design by Adolph A. Weinman, which features a torch, an olive branch, and an oak branch. Each symbol carries deep meaning for the United States. The torch represents liberty, the olive branch stands for peace, and the oak branch symbolizes strength. This design has remained consistent for decades, representing the values that have shaped America's identity. But what makes the 1987 Liberty 1 dime so interesting from a collector's standpoint? Well, despite the coin's widespread production in 1987, the key factor that determines its value is its condition. If you've ever picked up a dime from this year, you probably know that most coins of this age show signs of wear and tear from years of circulation. Coins that are well worn, with scratches, nicks, or fading, won't carry much more value than their face value of 10 cents. The real value of the 1987 Liberty dime, however, lies in those rare coins that have been carefully preserved. Coins in uncirculated or near-perfect condition are much harder to come by, making them highly sought after by collectors. These pristine specimens are much rarer than you might think, and collectors are always on the lookout for dimes in mint condition. The more uncirculated and well-preserved a coin is, the higher its value, but there's another exciting factor to consider: the possibility of minting errors. Sometimes, during the production process, a coin gets struck incorrectly, and these errors can make the coin incredibly rare and valuable. For example, a 1987 Liberty dime could have a double strike, an off-center print, or even missing details that make it unique. These mint errors are something every collector dreams of finding because they can dramatically increase a coin's worth. If you're lucky enough to stumble upon a 1987 dime with one of these errors, you could be holding a piece of history that could fetch a small fortune. Now, let's get to the big question: how much could a 1987 Liberty 1 dime actually be worth? In terms of standard, circulated coins, the value is generally close to its face value of 10 cents. However, when you start considering coins that are in excellent, uncirculated condition, or those with minting errors, the value climbs significantly. So, how much is a rare, uncirculated 1987 Liberty 1 dime worth? Well, if you have a pristine example of this coin or one with an error, you could be looking at a coin that's worth an astounding $90,000, that's right, $90,000 for a single dime. It's hard to believe, isn't it? But that's the magic of coin collecting. A simple dime that you might find in your spare change could end up being worth tens of thousands of dollars if it's in the right condition or if it has a rare minting error. The world of coin collecting is full of surprises, and coins like the 1987 Liberty 1 dime prove that you never know when you might stumble upon a valuable treasure. If you happen to own a 1987 Liberty 1 dime, it's definitely worth taking a closer look. Examine it carefully to see if it's in great condition, and don't forget to check for any unusual minting errors. You might just have a rare find on your hands. Thank you so much for tuning in today. If you enjoyed learning about the 1987 Liberty 1 dime, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and click the notification bell so you never miss out on any of our future coin discoveries. Who knows? The next rare coin you find could be worth a fortune. Until next time, happy collecting.